recently. So as you know, my Walmart has got nothing new until the other day when I found something. It was a bunch of old stuff. It's almost like they took that box with all the dump crap in it and threw it in the back room and forgot all about it. I think this is the one I got, and it looks in rough condition, but the car looks fine. So we'll take a look at a few of these and maybe all of them. Let's see which one I want to go with first. This is the one I've been like, oh my gosh, this is something from my childhood, sort of, kind of. So back in the 70s, remember this phone was popular. We didn't have a, I wonder if they updated this for modern, kids like having cell phones and stuff. They probably did. I don't know. I don't keep up with the little kitties toys. But this is the Quick Chat Xperia Motors, number 9 of 10. This is new for 2025. I'm also looking for that little kitty with a, claw thing, but, oh, you might be saying, well, if you got nothing new, where does this come from? Oh, I forgot to say that. All right, so over at my Dollar Tree, I was like, oh my gosh, they got stuff here. And this was one of the ones I found. I kept looking for the Kitty Cat and the Optimus Prime and a few others. This is all I can find that I was like, oh my gosh, I have to have it kind of thing. So, special features. What's the special feature? Oh, when you roll it, it's got a little phone thing, like he's ringing. That's kind of cool. Born 1961. Wow. I didn't know they had phones in 1961. I don't even know if kids nowadays would even know what the rotary thing's all about or how to use it. I mean, I think they make videos about kids trying to figure out these things that we just kind of use all of our life. And I'm like, all right, so that would be hilarious to see them trying to get used to this new tripod thing. Got lots of room for my hands now. All right, so we got to look at this one. Born 1990 or 1961, Fisher Price. Dial in. Some timeless fun with a racer inspired by one of the most iconic toys of the 60s, the Fisher Price Chatter telephone. Okay. I remember it just being, I think it was on wheels, wasn't it? And you pulled it behind you? I can't remember. Maybe I'm thinking that and the dog mixed together. And that was a wooden dog, not the slinky dog. Fine with the tracks of a permanent, the quick chat hits the tracks in a permanent speed dial mode. How do you speed dial with a rotary system? They should have made a more joke with the rotary system. With a ringing telephone handle and a screaming V10 in the back. Let's take a look at what they're talking about here. So yeah, this is one of those things. It's like I really dig it when they make Hot Wheels back in the day. They were the more silly cars, and Matchbox was the more serious cars. And I think it's actually the same today. We got Quick Chat. This was the number on the serial on the bottom should be the same at the top, and it is. Although I did get a new for 2025, and I'm guarantee you that's a repaint of the other new for 2025. All right, so the wheels clearly as you roll them, and they're not in sync, so it's not like you're going to get the same stroke or you can get it every other one. That is strange. So it's going to pop up and down. The metal on this is the white, the plastic is the blue, the chrome, and the red. So you got 4 layers. So let's see if when it rolls. Let's see if I can get them off centered each other just right. You see how it is popping? So this is not the kind of car you would want to race on a racetrack if you're trying to race somebody else to the PC to be the fastest car on the track. This would not be the one because it's got that little feature which actually slows it down. Okay, my little fan over there, I turned it down, and boy, it does sound strange right now. All right, let's look at this key swap. This is new for 2025, but I'm pretty sure that this is a repaint because it's number 11, and number 11 came out at the beginning of the year. But they do repaints and put them out later, but they keep the same number up here. So I think the other one, let's see, on the bottom it has HYW14. On here it's HYX95, so it is definitely a repaint. This was born in 2024 at El Segundo, California. Its designer was Hot Wheels. These angry yet adorable, cute 90s Kia style van, I don't know what that word is, has been transformed from a utilitarian transport to a gnarly drift rocket, sure. With a massive swapped engine in its rear, this tiny wonder has no problem kicking the back end out and always getting sideways at the track. All right, a lot of slang I don't get. So I remember having this one in a different color. So this is either the second or maybe even the third. It's from Art Cars, and it is 1 out of 10 for the Art Cars. So yeah, this is definitely a 2025. You can tell from this, not just from the new for 2025. It's a dark blue with white, which they haven't done for like 3 years. But the back on it says 2025, which also said 2024. I thought. So it's got teeny tiny wheels. The metal part is actually the pink part on this one. The white is the plastic. The gray, which is almost a graphite color, is also plastic. And of course, the windows are translucent blue. We got the letter W on top. Does anybody actually know what these letters mean? It drives me bonkers because my brain's always trying to find a pattern. I don't know what these numbers mean, or these letters mean. So if you have any idea, please let me know. It looks like it's got Mr. Angry Eyes in the front. It definitely looks like a robot's mouth and face. All right, so we got Hot Wheels, squiggly lines, and it looks very 80s. I like the 80s coloring to it. Oh, I just noticed the paint is actually a metallic, like it's like metal flake. Nice. These tiny wheels, I wonder if it rolls well. It rolls pretty nice, actually. Probably because it's very top heavy with all the metal on top. That's a nice roller right there. So that's a good one as far as rolling. I don't know if it'd be a fast one, but with all the weight of this, if you were going downhill, it may pick up the speed that you need. All right, let's take a look at this one. My favorite series is either glow-in-the-dark stuff or X-Racers. I like translucent stuff, especially if it's got something inside of it, like Micronauts have something inside of them. Aerodynamic. This is X-Racers number 5 of 10. This is also one, I think it has a different color scheme, but it's not new for 2025. It's number 64 for 2025. But I'm pretty sure I already got this in a different color at the beginning of the year. And it is number 64, so it's close to the beginning of the year. All right, aerodynamic. X-Racers vehicles with clear bodies and wheels, plus they're super fast on the track. Well, let's see how super fast this thing is. Now, obviously, unless Star Trek 4 was real, we're not going to get translucent metal or translucent aluminum anytime soon. So the bottom of this thing is metal. It's got fat wheels on the back. It says it has translucent wheels, but I think it meant either it has this or that. So this has translucent frame, but not the actual other part. So this only has 3 layers. It's got the metal bottom and the sides right there. It's got the chrome part that's made out of plastic, of course, and then the top, which is plastic. So it's down to 3 parts instead of 4 layers. All right, let's see. I don't know. I don't feel like it's as fast as this one. Let's see. And this one's a little bit heavier, but let's see if I can push them side by side. Well, that doesn't do much. It doesn't seem like it really breaks the difference there. And it could be because this one has wind resistance, but even then, I think it's going to be one of these things where I have to let them go and let gravity be the judge. Because when I'm pushing them, I might be pushing this one a little bit longer since my hand leaves it. And you know what I'm saying? It's got my hand moment more along. I don't know. It's one of the situations where we're going to have to take physics class to figure this one out. All right, we're going to look at Futurismo, which has a very dinged up packaging, which I don't care because I'm not buying the packaging, so to speak. This is number 4 out of 10 for the Hot Wheels Race Day. For the 2025 cars, this is number 124 out of 250. And Futurismo is, of course, not a real car. It is a made-up car that they made up. Okay, I like the color scheme. It looks very Green Lantern looking. So if I had somebody who was driving it, I'd be like Kyle Rayner's the driver. And you might be thinking, why not Hal Jordan? Kyle Rayner and that circuitry looks like it kind of go together a little bit better. Or maybe even Io. Okay, it's going to keep rolling toward me. Or that robot ship that turned into a... Remember the cartoon series, which was a great series? The ship actually had it became sentient, or it produced its own body to interact with them on a level more of their understanding. So that was pretty cool. So that would kind of like it, but of course the ship was more white. I do like all that circuitry. It reminds me of a car I had back when I was a kid. I think it was Aeroflash. Is this also Aeroflash? It's Futurismo, but I had a car named, I think, Aeroflash when I was a kid, and it had the whole thing right here in the back of it, like a little fuse box or something, or circuit, and it had like lightning all over it. It was really cool. That was like one of my favorite cars when I was a kid. That, the hippie mobile, which was really just a Porsche with a really groovy paint job. All right, so on this one, the metal is definitely the top part, which is very graphite looking. We got the translucent green, which I love. It looks like a Green Lantern car. One of my favorite cars, they kept rolling off the table, so I put them over here. Like, this is, of course, one of my favorites. This is also one of my favorites. And this is how it stays black. And then this one, these should be buddies. So these are three of my favorites more recently. Yep. Let's see how this thing rolls. Ooh, it rolls nice. It's got a lot of heft to it. All right, so the layers of plastic on it, translucent green, white, and there is a black layer, but it's not very much. It's right there. It's probably all that internal stuff right there, the front, and of course the back. So yeah, this is definitely one of my favorites as far as the way it looks. So it'll go over here for now. These, while they're beautiful, I don't like them as much, but you let me know which one's your favorite out of these four so far. All right, let's take a look at this one. Now, this one is interesting because when I was a kid, my neighbor had a truck, and I had a Hot Wheels car that kind of looked like it, and it was kind of like this without the big engines. And I don't remember what I think it was an El Dorado. I want to say it was El Dorado, but that could be just because his name was Elwood. Yeah, obviously, he was Craig's dad, not my friend who had a truck when I was a kid, that kind of thing. But Craig's dad had an El Dorado, I think is what it was called. It was a truck. It had a interesting design to it. It looked a little different than my dad's pickup trucks. This one's new for 2025. It's number 228 out of 250 for the year 2025. And it has this information. Twin Dorado. It was born in 2024. It's a designer's Hot Wheels. So that means it's not a real vehicle. All right. And then we can read that information right there if you'd like to. But I'm getting a little dry from reading so much. And again, it reminds me of something from Hot Wheels back in the day, which, I don't know, like 70s, something in the 70s I had. I don't remember the big engines, but I do remember a surfboard on the back, it seems like. But it could be my imagination. Now, we can clearly see what the metal is on this. It's the bottom layer, whereas the top layer of plastic, and it didn't have as much, like this one looks more futuristic than the one I had, and of course my neighbor had. But it does seem to have a chrome layer of plastic, which is right here, that connects to these two. And it's not just your regular chrome. It's like a very iridescent oil color, like an oil slick color. And it goes out the back as well. I could see in the future them using clear for this, since it's got clear in it would be clear in the front and the back, and it'd be kind of cool. We also have a translucent window, which is only that part right there. And of course that mustard color, butterscotch color, I don't know what you would call it. That's definitely plastic. Okay, so it's a very interesting color scheme. Not something I personally would want on a car, but oh, that's a good racer, good roller. Out of all the color schemes, this is probably something I would want least for a color scheme. Now, if you gave me a car that's got that color scheme and it works properly and it gets from A to B, I don't care. But if I had to pick, I'm just saying. These I like because you can put little Lego figures on them, and I just happen to not have a Lego figure handy. Oh, wow. I wasn't planning ahead on this one. I just grabbed a bunch of Hot Wheels cars, and I thought I'd share them for Wheels Wednesday. We got the Dragon Wagon, and I've got this in different colors like red and blue and etc. These are ride-ons, which you see the little Lego figure or the Hot Wheels version of a Lego figure. Now, they did just start making, they stopped making Mega Constructs, it seems like, and they're making their new vehicle ones, which you saw me build that one. This is number 3 of 5 of the ride-ons. I wish they'd make more ride-ons. I really like these. This is number 68 of 250. And it's, of course, designed to attach figures. How will you ride? And I could probably do a different video, just ride-ons sometime. I think I did do one with a bunch of the little, looks like the Power Wheels thing. I think it was called Power Wheels. Huh. This, it looks like plastic the way it's made. I mean, but it also looks like metal. So that looks like metal, but I'm pretty sure that white part's plastic. The bottom is clearly metal. It's got a place to attach the hands here and here, for the little hands they got. And that can go right here as well. But if that's not metal, and I don't think it is, I think it's just painted over. Like it was cast in another color. For some weird reason, they painted white on top of it. I don't know why. That doesn't make sense to me. They put that much white paint and it's just white paint. So you can clearly tell that it's been painted. What it's painted, if it's metal or plastic, I don't know. But to put that much white paint on white, just a piece of plastic, doesn't make sense. Unless, yeah, I can't figure it out. The bottom is clearly metal. You got another layer of green, and then this, which feels like metal to me for some reason. So anybody in the comments know that this is metal, right? 'Cause I can't recall, but, and it could be metal. Because I don't see why they would want to paint a whole thing of plastic white when you can press it in white. But anyway, so you got different places to put the little hands of the Lego figures. You can put them back here. You can put them back here. You can put them up here. And of course, you can sit them down to write in it. Too bad I do not have a Lego figure handy. Oh, well, we'll save it for another day. I'm sure I'll get more of those eventually. Unless the Lord comes back, which is more important. And this one, I was like going, I kept putting it back going, no, I have this one. I know I do. All right, so I do have this one. Now, again, these all came from, I remember I just got this a few minutes ago over at the Dollar Tree. So I got all of these at the Dollar Tree except for, I think, these two. So I only got like 5 at the Dollar Tree. And I kept on thinking, and I pulled out my phone. I was like, all right, let me look. Because it says new for 2025, and it looks familiar, but it also doesn't. I have a different color of this. I was like, oh, so this is number 203. They've already made a separate color for it. I'm pretty darn sure, unless I'm wrong about this, and I'm completely messed up. So on the bottom, it says HYV44. Oh, this is not a repaint. I know what it was. I had put something else back. One of these is a repaint, and that's what I got confused on because I was looking at the wrong number of this when I was looking at it at first. I think I was looking at number 66 or something at the top. So no, this is not a repaint. Oh, man. All right, let me erase that and go back in time. I can't do that. Low roar, safari mode, 5 of 5. I saw this at first. I was like, is this a cowboy hat? No, it's safari mode. So it's like crikey dingo, that hat. All right, the designer is actually a mini BMW. So this is a real car. 2003 is where it was born in England. So is the driving on the wrong side? Let's look. Let's pop in and see. Oy vey. So looking inside, nope, the driving's on the correct side. So it's not on the wrong side like everybody in England's cars. The wheels, they look like dirt tire wheels, which could be what it's representing. But I don't know why. I mean, it's like they look like they're the dirt tire wheels, the color and everything. It's got the red part is definitely the metal. You could tell because of the paint on it. You know. Then they got extra parts right here, which is the same plastic. It makes up the seats inside, and the bumper, the wheel wells, and the side right here. So there's 4 layers. There's a clear blue layer, the metal that was painted red. We got the silver part on the bottom, I guess you can say, and then the black part, the very dull black, and the very light gray. All right. Let's see. I didn't roll this one to see if it rolls well. Yeah, they roll pretty well, even though this one's really wickedy. Like, look at that. It's really off. All right. Crash. All right, so that's some of the I grabbed some of these today. I grabbed this one and this one. I grabbed one of these or both of these somewhere else. I think I grabbed all of these over at Dollar Tree, and one of these I grabbed. Which one was the one with the little thing on it from the Walmart? Here it is. So I got this one from Walmart, I think Monday, and it was the only one I got there because, well, I felt sorry for it. It's just like, it's beautiful. It's on a bad card. And that was the only one I saw that I really needed. And then this one, I don't know. I don't remember getting it just now. So I think it's been in my bag waiting for me to do something with it. All right, so go find out your Dollar Tree and Dollar General and see what they got for you. And let me know in the comments if you're seeing anything new at your Walmart. Because my Walmart, like I said, they've had empty pegs for over a month now. I went there not today, yesterday, a few days ago, Monday. It's like, oh, they're filled up. And I looked through and was like, oh, wait, this is all old crap and it's all on beat up cards. So I really think that they they took that bin, shoved it in the back room. And then somebody's like, hey, why is this back here? Let's put it out on the pegs. And that's what happened. I don't know, though. All right, but y'all have a great day. Thanks for watching, and have a great Wheels Wednesday.